The moment a man opens his mouth and he says, I'm not a trick and I'm not a simp, is the moment I know I don't like that man anymore. Even if I thought I liked him a little bit and he starts saying, I'm not a trick, I'm not a simp, I don't like you anymore. Cause why? Can you learn? I'm just like, what's wrong with being a trick and what's wrong with being a simp? Oh, you show love and you have money and you like to spend it because it comes back to you? When is that a bad thing?
It's grown men on here shooting their shot, and if you don't reply back on time, they will unsend their message. Like, boy, if you're gonna say something, say with your chest. Mean it. Why you gonna sit there and unsend messages? Like, I hate guys are the new princesses in this day and age.
Oh, okay. So you hate anyone and everyone that doesn't simp for you.
The video. Here we go.
Why chase 20-year-olds when 40-year-old women already know what they want?
Because most 40-year-old women come with a lot of baggage, and they box be already used and abused, and they might be good looking on the outside, but them insides be having a void.
And if a man tells you he respects your decision when you tell him he's done, he never loved you. He was never your man.
What?
A man that don't fight for his, he's not yours. He don't care. He literally does not care. That gotta be one of the worst feelings for you to go through something with a man. He put you through a lot, and then you decide to leave, and he's like, yeah, I respect your decision. I wish you the best. What?
What else you supposed to do?
Hold on. Because what? You wasting my time like that for real? And you don't, I promise you they don't care. It don't affect them right there. It does not.
Well, I mean, if you have been with somebody for years and years and years, right, and they dogs you out, why do you care about their feelings when you're leaving? I don't understand that. If you're leaving and you finally fed up because of the treatment that you were getting, why do you care about his feelings? Why do you care about, first off, why would you expect him to have some good feelings behind you leaving if he's been dogging you out the whole time? I don't understand the female logic. You know, and that's crazy coming from a female. It's like, why would you expect, you know, it's like expecting a fat person to not like cake. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. You're expecting somebody who, by your own admission, I'm just saying that whatever the case may be, who cheated, who not cheated, but who did you dirty, for years, and you finally decide to walk away, and you expected him to have some good to say. What you want him to say? And that doesn't make any sense. The reason you're leaving is because he did you dirty, and you finally got fed up. Now you're leaving. What else would you have to listen to him, hear him say? Why would you even expect him? You want him to say, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry for doing you dirty all them years, and you finally got fed up, and you really leaving. Well, I really would like you to stay. I don't understand. It's like y'all women complain about stuff, and then I don't get that. I don't get that.
But then if he fights for you, then the police are involved. Fighting for someone who made her decision is a waste of time and energy, which you can preserve for something useful for yourself.
I hate when I see a man that's so fine and then I pass him and he doesn't say anything. Like when people say, oh, girls don't shoot their shot. Yes, they do. If I look at you like this, like say you walking this way and I'm walking like this, and if I look at you like this, that's me shooting my shot. Come say something.
Nah, that was him shooting his shot when he walked past. You fumbled. If modern women can start thinking this way, maybe they'll save their future.
This is too true. I just want to talk about this. Ain't no way I'm as hot as that girl. But when I was like just 19 and when I went to the club, everybody and everyone's mom was touching me. It was so gross. I literally walk away and there'd be like, what? There'd be men that'd be like, bitch, why the fuck are you walking away from me? But this year and last year when I went to the club, no matter how hot I looked, no matter how much boobs I showed, no matter how much skin-tight clothes I was wearing, no matter how much makeup I was wearing, no man was hitting on me. Not that I want men to hit on me, but no one was hitting on me at all. Like, it was crazy. And like, I just wonder what changed. Like, genuinely, I wonder what changed.
You just said you don't want guys to hit on you. Guys know that about women now, so we just don't do it. Now, what else are we even supposed to do?
Boys don't ask you out anymore. What they do is they look at you from across the room and they'll be like, huh, she's pretty. I bet that's my wife. And then they just like take out their phone and watch basketball clips on YouTube Shorts. They're just like, oh, nice. And I think that's why the birth rate is dropping, honestly.
Facts. Women nowadays make us feel awkward. We can't even say hello to them. And if we ugly, and we do, you know the drill.
When will men learn to take a fucking hint? Last night I walked out of the bar and I was standing there by myself on the street waiting for my Uber. And these guys come up to me and they're like talking to me, trying really hard. I'm like, I have a boyfriend. Do I have a boyfriend? No. They were pretty chill. They walked away. New guy comes up. He's like, hey, what's your name? I'm like, Paige. He's like, when can I see you again? And I was like, I'm not real. That should have been enough of a fucking hint that I didn't want to speak to you. He continues on. He's like, oh my God, me neither. I can tell you're not real. Like, you're beautiful. And I was like, thank you. He's like, can I get your number? I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend. And he was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, I love my boyfriend. And he was like, well, I could be your new boyfriend. And I was like, no, you can't. I love my boyfriend. And I kept going and he kept fucking going. And I was like, when will you understand that if I'm telling you, first of all, if I tell you I'm not real, if I reject giving you my number, that means that I don't want to fucking speak to you. Why is that so hard to understand? Like, when will it get through their heads? If I reject you once, walk away. It's so simple.
And then she'll post a video later in the month. Why aren't guys approaching me? The paradox is getting worse every day.
It has come to my attention that men do not want to approach women anymore. I don't know when this happened, but this is the reality of the situation. And I also realized that nobody wants to be on dating apps anymore. I think this summer is about to be feral girl summer. Like, I feel like we are finally going to connect with one another, and we are finally going to get off the apps, and we are finally going to flirt with one another. However, we have an issue at hand. Men don't want to approach women at bars. So it's like, how do we start conversation? Luckily, one of my favorite gifts in life is asking weird questions to people. So I started taking myself out to bars. I'm going out with girlfriends and I'm trying to make conversation with guys at bars. And I have one question that I have been asking that is working. My favorite question to ask, I ask this on first dates too. I always ask people, if I could give you a private jet right now that could take you anywhere in the world, where would you go? And this brings up so many good conversations. If a guy says Italy, I'm already imagining our honeymoon there. But seriously, use this one next time you're out. And I just feel like this is about to be an amazing summer, and I am so excited for it.
You know exactly when it happened. It's not a secret. It happened when Me Too happened. And now, there's no turning back time.
Stop telling me to go meet someone in the wild when I go in the wild and someone will be staring at me the whole entire night and won't come say hi. How many more times is that going to happen? How many more times am I going to be in the bar, playing pool, at the coffee shop, on a walk, and I will be staring down another person who is staring me down, smiling across the table, whatever, and you don't come say hi? Oh my gosh. What am I meant to do, you guys? Am I going to have, like, we always have to make the first move or something? Because, like, oh my gosh.
Oh no, you got what you said you wanted.
And, I've been crying all day because I got sat on a plane next to a couple, and the whole time the guy had his hand on, like, his girlfriend's leg, you know, and was just kind of like that the whole time. And, I can't, like, I've been single my whole life. I'm 25, and I've never gotten to experience that. What are you waiting for? I've never gotten, like, close to that. Damn! And it's just too much. Like, it's too much. I can't do it anymore. There are some people out there who, they're not interested in a relationship, and they want to be by themselves. But, like, that's not me, and that's never been me. I have always wanted to be in a relationship, even though I've never been in one. And even though I'm comfortable by myself and I can do things alone, but, like, at a certain point, it gets, like, really sad doing things alone. Like, I've traveled alone to so many places because, like, if I don't go by myself, I'm not gonna go. If I don't do things by myself, it's not gonna happen. But at the same time, like, it's so much fun to be able to, like, share that with someone else. And, like, everyone I know is in a relationship right now. And, like, the majority of them have been in relationships for, like, a long time. Like, this is established. And I just, like, I feel like I've always been alone. And I don't want to be, and I don't understand why this is happening to me. And I don't know, I like can't take it anymore. And clearly this didn't work because I'm still crying, and I just wasted like 2 minutes of your time, and I'm sorry. And I hope you're having a better weekend than I am. So.
Date someone who is on your level, not the chads who use you and make you bitter.
Dismissive avoidant women can really surprise men, and men are generally very, very confused when they have these partners on exactly why their partner is not intimate, vulnerable, won't share with them, won't put in the effort that they need inside of the relationship. They come to me utterly confused. So if you're one of those men out there whose wives or girlfriends are too distant, they are too, emotionally unavailable, I've got you. I'm Dr. Sarah Hensley. I'm a specialized social psychologist, and I've been studying the science of attachment and attraction inside romantic relationships for nearly 20 years, and this is another edition of Carline Relationship Advice. So what you need to know is that dismissive avoidant attachment is born when in childhood, especially in early childhood, the emotions of the child are dismissed, punished, or ignored. And so it looks like this. Imagine your wife or your girlfriend is a little girl on the playground. She falls down, she skins her knee, she's bleeding, she's crying, she's scared. This is the difference between a dismissive avoidant parent and an emotionally attuned parent. A DA parent, stands for dismissive avoidant, would be like, oh, honey, you're fine. That's just a little scrape. Don't worry about it. Shh, quit crying. Get back out there and play. You're okay. Doesn't acknowledge the experience, doesn't acknowledge the emotions, and focuses on achievement and responsibility. An emotionally attuned mother would act like this. Oh, sweetheart, you fell down. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know it hurts, doesn't it? Does it sting? Yes, I know you're afraid. That's okay. Mom's going to fix it right up. Totally acknowledging the experience, the emotions, and teaching the child that expression of emotion is safe and that being close to people is actually how you seek safety. So dismissive avoidants grow up, and inside relationships, they're just too distant. They back away from intimacy, back away from vulnerability, and they sure as heck won't handle conflict. Getting dismissed like that as a child gave them a primary core wound of defectiveness, and this makes them extra sensitive to criticism. So if you have gone in and you've asked your dismissive avoidant partner to change and to be more loving, be more attentive, be more vulnerable, and they still continue to deprioritize you and ignore you, they don't get it. They live with internal blinders that are self-directed towards their own needs. They're anxious in their relationship to themselves, therefore avoidant towards others. But I promise you, they just don't see it. It is a true capacity issue. And yes, I help couples with dismissive avoidant partners every single day learn to strengthen their relationship, have true emotional connection, have a great physical relationship, which often drops off with a DA woman, and restore their relationship back to health.
We're confused because they'll be vulnerable with their guy friends and do everything for them, but not their partner. Men are done with this psychological game. It's always about women.
So I've posted a couple videos recently talking about modern women and what their standards are and what modern women are looking for. And I've gotten a lot of comments from men saying that they are not looking for a modern woman. They want a traditional woman, and that there aren't enough of them out there. So that had me thinking, like, well, what is the difference between a modern woman and a traditional woman? I wrote some notes here to distinguish the difference. A modern woman is someone who's independent. She has a full-time career. She prioritizes career and education over family and children. She is strong and wants to be taken seriously. And you'll probably hear her say things like, I don't need no man to support me, and never depend on a man. A traditional woman is someone who focuses on family and children. She cooks and she cleans. She knows how to take care of her man mentally, emotionally, and physically. She's graceful and nurturing, and I'm gonna say it, submissive. So, For all the modern women out there, I hear all the time that they want a traditional man, but it's sounding to me like traditional men don't actually want modern women. And I can't tell you how many times I hear women say they don't cook, they don't clean, but yet they want a man to pay all their bills. So I'm just curious, women, do you consider yourself modern or traditional? And what kind of man are you actually looking for? And for men, what are the qualities that you're looking for in a woman if it's not a modern woman?
Modern women have an "I want this for me" mindset. Traditional women typically have a "I want this for my family" mindset. Men don't want to be an option. We want to be a priority.
I feel like every single girl has a list of the guys she's ever been with. Like, how fun. I remember the men that have been inside of me, and I have a husband, and that's okay.
How fun. It's okay. No, it's not okay. That's disgusting. And calling men insecure for not wanting to date a woman who brags about her body count like it's a scrapbook, that's not empowerment. That's delusion. If you still hold on to your past proudly, you're not healed. You're just numb. And a man who doesn't want that has standards. He's not insecure. He's just discerning. And if your entire identity is making men feel weak for wanting purity, stability, and respect, you're not some modern woman. You're just lost. Why don't we stop teaching women to laugh at their damage and maybe start teaching them how to heal it?
Hearing women like this makes us single men very, very happy.
Maybe you're like me and you feel as though you were born in the wrong generation, that the values that you hold for who you are as a person, whether that is male or female, that those things are not embraced or hold much value in today's culture. I'll never quite understand the necessity to express discomfort or dislike for a particular lifestyle or choices that somebody makes. Because if I express my discomfort or dislike for that, I believe it is immature and unnecessary. Because if I don't like the way that they live their life and the choices that they make, why would I even want to bring them on into my life? So emotionally, I'm just going to cut it off and I won't be interested anymore because the way somebody chooses to live their life. That's why I stay single. It's not necessarily always by choice, but good character and a lifestyle at 30 years old that I like and want to be a part of is quite rare. Now, I'm not saying I don't have my own faults here. I had a lot of growing up to do in my early 20s. I was immature. I have tons of flaws and failures that I had to work through and accept about myself, become aware about them, so that when they do arise again, I can make the corrections necessary for the benefit of the relationship I may be in. Those are positive outcomes that contributed into me becoming the man that I am today. Ultimately, I am a firm believer that emotional maturity begins when personal responsibility is accepted. In our culture of entitlement and victimhood, finding a significant other who takes ownership is actually quite rare. Accepting the character flaws and lifestyle which does not contribute to a healthy environment, a healthy family, is quite easy to find. But finding somebody who would be a good wife and a good mother to the children and the family that I would like to build as a man is quite rare. See, I believe that if I chose the wrong partner, that I would be a failure as a man. So I look beyond the physical to identify the spiritual health of a woman, the mental health of a woman, and the emotional maturity of a woman. It would be pure negligence if I didn't. And I refuse to end up with somebody who lives by the standards of our modern culture. Ultimately, I want a woman who wants to serve the Lord with me.
But women like men who don't like them. Women chase men who don't like them. See, What I just showed you with that woman sitting there going back and forth with this man. See, women like trying to convince men that they should be chosen. See, when you really care about yourself and when you really love yourself, you're not finna sit up here and negotiate with somebody, bargaining, saying, telling them, explaining to them why you think it's just them, that some man wants you. See, this, what they talking about only hurts women who are desperate for their validation. And when you are chasing men who don't like you or want you, you end up with men who display these type of characteristics.
Women hate hearing this, but they very well know this is the truth.
Women want men that don't want them. Women think they want a best friend. They've been conditioned in this modern era to want a woman as a boyfriend, but in male form. The problem with that is that they don't actually respond to that. If you need help with your specific situation, click the link in my bio and book yourself a one-on-one call. The world of men and women, historically and evolutionary, was completely separate. We didn't really spend much time together, but throughout the day we were in the world of the men, the women were in the world of the women. So this whole idea of men being sort of BFFs with their girlfriends, all that does is emasculate the man. The men are going along with it because they don't know any better. They haven't been trained into their masculine. They've been taken away from their masculine. So you have to understand, guys, that it's time for you to take your masculinity back. Understand what women respond to is actually scarcity. The more available you are, the less attractive you are for her. So that's a paradox in this modern age, because how can you be besties and be there for her and do all the things and also be scarce and valuable? You can't. So you have to be willing to take a risk and stand in your masculine frame. Expect that a lot of women are not going to like that. And that is how you curate the right women in your life, by standing in your standards and boundaries and watching a lot of women walk away from that because they're not going to recognize it. And so what women tend to do, especially these days, is they reject it or call you misogynistic or anything that doesn't go along with the script that they've been handed, which is they're the prize, they deserve all of these things from men, and they all want the top men. They're completely delusional. So for us men, we have to step back into our power, become the men that deserve to be followed, and that's on us. But ultimately, this whole notion of women running the show has to change, and we do it through our own standards and our own boundaries and trusting in ourselves and becoming the men that we were born to be, and not be emasculated. Do not submit to the women's frame. And that's what a lot of you guys are doing. I understand why a lot of men are doing this, because they understand that women don't respond well to the masculine, to the warrior anymore. They see it as misogynistic, and you guys want to get laid. I get it. But you got to hold the line here. You've got to stand into your masculinity. It's not worth it. You're on your dying bed. You're going to regret this. And trust me, I've been there. I've been through so much, and I've gathered this information through my own life experience that I'm giving to you guys. I'm hoping that you, as younger men, will take my advice and take yourself back, lead from example, and inspire and attract women rather than chase after them and make concessions just to get near one of them. It's like, guys, just focus on yourself and you'll get everything that you want. But the more you do for a woman, the more you will lose yourself. Women do not respond to loyalty at all. So what you'll find is you'll commit to her, you'll give her everything she wants, and you'll keep submitting and submitting until you become a completely different man than you were when you guys met. And at that moment, she won't respect you anymore and she'll leave you anyway. Women don't respond to loyalty. That's a male thing, that's a masculine thing. Women are on another train, guys. They're operating on a whole different level, and you have to understand the game or you're going to get absolutely destroyed.
The paradox of feminism and equality is that it requires male tolerance and enforcement to exist. Truth. It's all counterintuitive, but it's true. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. See you all tomorrow.